What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to another video. We are working on the Evo parts today, I guess. As you may have saw, we're getting the transmission put into this box here to send that off to Shepard Transmission. That's going out tomorrow. I think I have an idea for this stud we broke off here in the cylinder head. There's enough of the studs still sticking out. I think this idea might work. I hope it'll work. I'll explain that later. And I also think today we may begin scraping off this coating here on the inner fenders to get that prepared to begin sanding it all the way down and to prime and all that stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, first things first, gotta get this bracket off of the transmission. They want all that stuff off of there. I think this is the reverse speed sensor. Gotta get that out of there. Gotta get those nuts out of there. Just little stuff like that. I think I have drained this about as good as I know how, so I'll try to get that a little bit more. If I can get more out of it, I will, but gotta get that thing drained. We'll bag it up, stick it in the box, and it's good to go. They're not that corroded, honestly, but yeah, boom. Okay, speed sensor. All right, speed sensor should be rather simple. One bolt should come right out. Oh, that was super simple. With that bolt being as rusted as it was, I thought that was gonna be much, much harder, but I'll take that. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm gonna go inside and grab some bags, and we're gonna double bag this thing, probably triple bag it, and stick it in the box. Okay, transmission, bagged up, double bagged. All good to go into the box. I have a funny story about these in a minute. Pretty pissed off about that, but yeah. Anyway, this is a molded box that they send you. You pay the shipping fee, and they send you the box with foam. It's all molded out. Super handy, actually. And then they send the UPS to come pick it up. So let's get this foam mold out of here and take a peek. Huzzah! Check that out. Okay, so the transmission is all done and boxed up, ready to go. So moving forward, let me tell you a real quick story about these control arms. So I found this guy, has a machine shop, been doing it for years, whatever. Took him over there to him, and he was like, you know what, I'm kind of backed up, but I can get them done for you. I just might have them for a little bit. And I was like, that's fine, I got a big project going on, so I don't need them right away. So 2 months goes by, and I was just calling for an update. Again, I'm nowhere near having to have them back, but just wanted an update. And so I called him. He was like, hey, you know what? I'm actually working on them today. I can have them done for you by tomorrow. And I'm like, well, I can't come tomorrow, but I can come in 2 days to pick them up. And he's like, that'll work fine. I'll have them done for you, and they'll be here at the counter. So 2 days goes by, and I drive the half an hour there to pick them up. And he's like, oh, you know what? I didn't get to him yesterday. Would you mind hanging around for like an hour or so, and I'll knock it out for you? And I'm like, sure, that's fine. I can wait for a half an hour, it doesn't matter. And so half an hour goes by, and he comes outside, and he's like, I'm gonna need you to bring over those new bushings you got, because I'm gonna have to do some work to this. And I'm like, what do you mean work with the new ones? And he was like, well, and then he shows me this. So apparently he was having trouble getting out the bushings. And so my running theory was, or is, that he hadn't even started on these, and when I called, he was like, I'll get them done today, but then didn't get to them. And then when I showed up, he's like, oh crap. And so this is my theory. But he took a torch to it and totally blew out the sidewall of the control arm there. I was furious, to say the least. But I mean, one, you took a torch to aluminum, and you've been doing this for years apparently, but you had obviously no idea what you were doing here. And then also, like, at what point in this process were you maybe like, God, that's getting kind of hot, I should probably stop. But yeah, blew straight through it, knocked it out. And he also did it to this one too. So par for the course, he did it to both of them. My guess was this one was like under this one maybe, and it was kind of like setting on it. Or perhaps he just did it to both of them, like, hey, that one kind of didn't work, so maybe I'll try it on this one. I don't know, but either way, both control arms are totally screwed. So now we are right where we started from 2 months ago. Actually, we're worse off because, when we started we had control arms, and now we don't. Oh yeah, you know what the best part is, like the more comical part? This guy says, if you leave it with me, I can fix that. I'm like, no, you can't. You cannot fix that. And even if you could, I wouldn't trust you to do it anyways. So yeah, that's where we are. I was really mad that day, but it is what it is. Gotta do what we gotta do. Just find some new control arms and go from there, but man, that sucks. Okay, so about this stud here. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll link it up top, but we broke a stud off of the cylinder head here trying to get the exhaust manifold off. This thing was seized in there pretty good. There's still a bit of stud left on it, and so instead of trying a method and then it possibly snapping off again, and then I have nothing to work with there, while I have this amount of stud left, I'm gonna try to take one of the nuts that was on there and I'm gonna JB weld it to the stud and see if that works. I'm gonna load it up with JB weld and let it sit for a while and see if I can get it off of there that way. If not and it breaks off again, then at least like I tried that method while I had the stud. And so yeah, if not, we'll have to drill it out. And I say that casually, but that's got me stressing out super hard. So cross your fingers that this whole JB weld thing works. Okay, we got the JB weld all up in there, so we're gonna let that set up and hope that works. Okay, next up, scraping this stuff off. I'm gonna use this little scraper guy. I put the edge here and it does come off quite easily with this thing, so instead of getting the grinding wheel and blowing this stuff everywhere, I'm gonna try to scrape off what I can and go from there. All right, so that came off fairly easy. Just took a little bit of time, a little bit tedious, but that's what most of this stuff is. So I'm gonna hop over to the other side now, and we will scrape off that side. So that came off just as easy. So that should take down a lot of the dust and debris and stuff from, if you watched the videos before, if you've been following along or whatever, we did the back part of the car and this like undercoating stuff, whatever it was, it flings absolutely everywhere. And so scraping that off up here should keep down like a majority of the dust and debris flying around. But now all we gotta do is get our wire wheels and grind down all this stuff in here, make it nice and smooth down to bare metal, and then we can prime everything. I went ahead and removed the brake lines finally. They were just kind of hanging there. Got those off the car as well. These are super corroded and like really rusty, honestly. This one looks pretty bad. So I can still get the front lines from OEM, so I may get those. They're pretty cheap, so I may grab those. But anyway, moving on. We are going to remove this thing off of this bracket here. This is for the injectors. It's a resistor pack, if I remember right. And this is for low impedance injectors, and we're going to high impedance injectors. So this has to come off, and I have the plug that plugs into the wiring, the resistor pack delete thing, and so we can plug that in. So gotta get this off of here for one, and then for two, I was taking this stuff off anyway because we're gonna grind this bracket down to bare metal as well, and take that to get it Cerakoted and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get everything off of this guy. And just like that, we got all the relays off this bracket here. We're gonna get this thing Cerakoted, the burnt bronze that we did in the rear of the car, and all those like subframe pieces and all that stuff. We're doing the lower control arms, burnt bronze. So I think that bronze will look really good under the hood there, and will complete the look that much more. So off to Cerakote you go. So what is next? What is next? I think now we will wrap the engine in plastic and get that covered up. Actually, before I wrap this thing up in plastic, I wanted to take out these AC lines, and so I've disconnected it down here, and we're doing it on the firewall now, and it should come right out. I hope. Oh, there we go. Ha ha ha. Okay, so I got the AC lines out, and then I got kind of carried away, so I started doing other things. We covered up, we got the power steering hose off of there, that's out of the way now. Where's my light, where's my light, where's my light? Then we unhooked the This part of the fuse box, it just comes apart from the bigger box. There's two little clips and it just slides right out, so I didn't realize that those clipped together. I thought they were all one piece, but that thing clips apart, and so we got all that wiring back there, and then now we opened up all this space here, which is fantastic. And then I'm like, oh wait, well, the slave cylinder is still attached, so I removed the slave cylinder line that goes back into there where that blue tape is at and runs out. I have a whole new stainless steel line that's going there, so I got rid of all of that. Now we have all of that space. We are cooking, baby. Oh, and I got to try my new trick I saw online. You take those disposable earplugs and you squeeze it together, and then you stick it in like hose ends and whatnot, and when it expands, it fills up the void. How cool is that? The idea here is I'm gonna scuff up all this stuff through here because it's not really like color coded like everything up here, and there's a little bit of a rust spot right there that I need to take care of, and there's another couple little spots down through here that I want to take care of. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try to sand this, scuff it up best we can, not all the way to metal. I'm just going to scuff it up, and then I'm going to respray it with the electric blue and make everything look nice over here and nice and fresh. And we'll do the same thing up along through here. I tried to actually I didn't show this, but I've been taking a so it got hit right here apparently. Something fell on it and it was like dented down a little bit, so I've been taking a hammer and like hitting that back up, and I think I've got it pretty good. It looks a lot better than it did. These little divots are still in there, but I might take some body filler and like run through that and like make that look nice again. But yeah, just doing little small shit like that. And I think I will end this one off here. We got a lot done today. Again, a lot of small shit, but you got to do it. It's part of the process. And so we're that much closer to begin sanding on this thing and getting that all taken care of and getting it back together. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much. As always, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the process, the progress. If you have any questions, drop those down there as well. Be glad to help much as I can, chat, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye.